Hello, I would like to show you how to easily install Workbox on your SharePoint environment. To install Workbox, you need to have administrative permissions for the machine where the central administration is running. You also need to be farm admin, and also you need to have DB owner rights for the databases where the SharePoint is running. The best option is to have the system administrator permissions for the SQL server. Log in with this account to your Workbox to your SharePoint machine where you have where you want to install the Workbox. You can download directly to the machine, or if you don't have internet connection on your SharePoint environment, you can download the file from other machine and copy it to your SharePoint environment. In this scenario, we're going to assume that you have internet connection from your SharePoint central administration machine. We're going to go to our web page to download the installation package. As you can see, the address is really simple. It's datapolis.com/workbox/get. This will redirect us to our partner site, on which we have list of downloads for Workbox. You're able to download every version of Workbox, but we advise installing the most current one. Okay, so you just click link download Workbox, save it to your local drive. As you can see, the package is small. It takes around 15 seconds to download it. Okay, so now we have this file and we can run it. The package we have downloaded is a zip file that contains installation guides, which I advise you to go over and read it carefully because it has some important information. It has the release notes, quick start information for those of you who are starting your adventure with Workbox, and the most important installation package. I advise unzipping the file. Let's put it on the desktop. Now on the desktop we have our installation package. We're going to launch it. Here you have the security warning that the file was downloaded from internet and also it was not signed digitally. You just click run here, and then you need to extract the setup files. You just click next, you pick the folder where you want to extract. You can add the version number to the folder name, and you click extract. Once the files are extracted, they are available for you to use on this on your network drive in program files x86 under the catalog Datapolis. Here you have this folder with the setup files. You can see that we have the setup exe file with all the necessary DLLs and resources. But you don't need to look into it during the setup, because when you have this checkbox launch Workbox installer checked, when you click finish, the installer is going to launch automatically. Here we click next. SharePoint is checking the prerequisites here. If any of those marks are not green, you need to correct them, abort the setup, and then run the installer again. You don't need to install you need to run the unpackager again. You can just go to the program files folder, and from there relaunch the installer. Here you can see we have all green check marks, so we can proceed. We click next. If you're installing for the first time, you need to read the end user agreement. I advise you to read it. Currently there is English and Polish version of the agreement. You need to accept it to be able to proceed. Click next. And here we require you to register on our customer site to be able to try out Workbox. So you need to go to the customer site, click on the link. If you already have the account, you can sign in here. If you don't have the account, you need to create it here. So let's create it for the purposes of this demo. Let's pick some username. The username should be something you can remember. If you're doing it for a company, it would be a good idea to name it as your company name. So let's just call it Datapolis Workbox. The email should be a valid email because we're going to send activation information to this email. So if you cannot pick up the email you put here, you will not be able to use Workbox. So let me input my data. I'm going to put some password. My first name, last name, country, and that's all. Now we have to check our mailbox, and you can see that we have registered correctly. To finish the registration, we need to confirm it. So we need to click on the link, and now the account should be activated and we can sign in. You can also see that we have got the information from the website that our account is activated, and we have the password and username. It's important to store this information somewhere in a safe location, because this account will be then used if you purchase Workbox to attach your licenses. And if you're using it for your company, it's best to store it in some safe place where it can be used by people who have permissions to manage Workbox. So, okay, so we have the account. We can go back to our environment, and here on this side we can log in. You can check remember me, so the site will check us in automatically next time we arrive here. Okay, and now we need to get the product verification key. We need to click on this link. Here we have a list of verification keys we can get for different Datapolis products. If you want to use other products, you need to register it once more. You just need to click Get Key, and now we can copy the key into the product verification key, and also we can copy the account name to the account name field. Okay, let's now click Next. You can see the green checkbox that is checkmark that it's correctly verified, so we can proceed. Now you select to which web application and site collections you want to deploy your site, the Workbox. So we don't want to deploy to central admin because we're not going to use Workbox there. We have only one additional application, so we want to deploy it here. This checkbox is also very important because if it's checked, Workbox will be automatically activated on all sites and all site collections in this web application. So if you want to enable all your users to use Workbox, leave this checkbox checked. If you want to manually select which sites will be Workbox enabled, uncheck this checkmark and then manually add Workbox to your sites after the setup is completed. We'll uncheck it, so I'll show you how to then start Workbox feature on sites. Let's click Next, and now the installation is going to complete. Installation should take no more than around 4 or 5 minutes. The longest waiting time is for the deployment jobs to finish. They are done by SharePoint timer, so we need to sometimes wait 1 to even 15 minutes for the solution to complete. If for some reason you are stuck here for the job the deployment to complete, there is a advice on our website where you can speed up the deployment. Sometimes SharePoint has some problems with its deployment jobs. If you have some problems with your environment, you can speed it up with some very simple script. In this case, our environment is correctly configured, so we don't have to wait too long. You can see what the installer is adding all the necessary components. What is important to remember is that during the setup we're doing the IS reset. So if you're using Workbox on production environment, make sure you do the installation after normal working hours, because IS reset will cause temporary unavailability of your SharePoint environment. So this is something you need to remember. Okay, Workbox has finished. We can now click next. You can see here logs. There were no errors. You can see that we have successfully deployed to our web application, and also that we have added our config.db to our admin content database to ensure that we have appropriate permissions. So we're going to click next, and here you can see information on where to find Workbox settings. So the installation is finished. We can now start using Workbox. But as you can remember, I have disabled the automatic start of all the features on our environment. So I need to turn on the Workbox feature manually for every site. The site has loaded. Let's now go to site settings, and now let's go to selected. On the selected site, we go to manage site features, and here we're going to look for Workbox. You can see that here we have advanced workflows from Workbox, and now you can see the feature is active, so we can start using Workbox. Let's go to some test list. You go now to site ribbon, click on the list, and here we have this Workbox settings option. When you click on it, you are now able to create workflows and manage them, delete them, and so on. Thank you for watching.